Hey guys, Godzilicus here, and welcome to the channel where master class play is optional. We just try to pass along some information to our Smile and Die Empire clanmates and anybody else who might find it useful. Today what we're going to talk about is the Type 58. And you say, why the Type 58? Well, as the title of this video says, is it good or is it just a grinder? Well, it's definitely one you got to grind through because when you look at the tech tree, this is where it forks to, continues with the mediums or on to the heavies for the Chinese line. So you're going to be grinding this thing for quite some time, potentially. So I thought it was something worth taking a look at it in respect. Is it good or is it a grinder? And so we'll look at some gameplay and do some numbers later on, but not right now. As you can see, we're here at Copperfield, and I went out, more towards the flank out here, kind of playing the support tank at this point from a little bit of a distance with some of the guys that went down and kind of mixed it up with the Reds. Possibly inadvisable to do that, but do what I can to help them out from up here. As you can see, I mean, the gun is it's claimed, everybody compares it to the T-34-85, and it's supposed to be inferior to it. But as you can see right here, I've done some pretty good work so far and continue to do some work at decent range, mid to sort of not quite long range, but it's a little bit farther than what obviously some of my teammates have been doing. We get in a shot there. We've kind of evened it back up to, we're both just down 2 tanks, so it's a even 5-on-5 at this point. Using it's not awesome mobility, but good enough mobility to get around, get some shots in, and took another tank out. Get going over this ridge, going to look back, and keep moving. This guy's staring me down. So as you can see, while not spectacular, it's a good solid mobile tank to get you in position and do some good. And kind of tracking after that T-71. I believe he's paying attention to someone else, so I get a shot in there. And now back into cover, hard cover, and some soft cover there with that little bush. He's just now realizing that I'm there, and take care of him and get him out. Now we're still evened up, 3 tanks apiece, although they do have 3 heavies versus our 2 heavies and myself in a medium tank. Now I can see our tank is IS-2 is down there, and they're all sort of converging on him, and our IS-2 goes down, and I just keep moving in and trying to get a kill shot in here, line this up, and just I kind of have to throw the BS flag on that one because I got hit, jerked around, still got the kill shot in, and bounced a shot from an IS. So yeah, hey, it's Chinese bias right there. You go, proven. Now my VK teammate kind of comes in and gets some shots in, and I think takes some damage for me. I get another kill shot in. As you can see, I saved my hit points up, so I could go in and brawl. It does brawl well. Now, it's not always going to bounce all those shots and do all those kind of wonderful things, but it is obviously capable of it, and getting in tight quarters and dealing some damage, and especially when I've got my teammate there with me helping me out. Now, so here we're both ganging up on the IS, getting shots into him, and hats off to the VK. He is not backing down one bit, and kind of get in here and get. There goes my teammate, the VK. And switch over to the HE, get a little cover and splash damage from the kill shot. So you can kind of see there, I mean, it's a good game, great game. Did some kind of longer distance shots and ended up brawling in there. It's a master class, 2400 damage. Got the 6 kills, all that kind of good thing. It is a good game. I think of it as a good tank. Now, you can see here some stats off of the blitzstars.com. versus the T-34-85, which is what is kind of a knockoff. As you can see, some of the DPM and the gun handling, weapon handling is a little bit off, a little bit less. The mobility is a little less than it. One thing is some of the performance stats, like win rate and average kills death ratio, are a little bit higher. That's a little bit odd, but honestly, those stats aren't that different, markedly different, to make me think, it's really that much inferior to the T-34-85. Now, this is another game we're going to see here that kind of maybe starts out the same way, ends drastically different, just kind of showing some different roles that the tank can play. And that's what a medium tank does, is it can kind of do multiple roles, if not, in that, excellent fashion, at least good enough to get the job done. And overall, it'll be a pretty good tank. So you can see here the JG4 bounced one, I believe, there, and kind of get behind the berm, maybe get another shot in before he gets another bounce. So yeah, I mean, you get some bounces there, and that, that's tier to tier, so tier 6, tier 6, tier 7. That might not happen. They might pin that. So you do have to be careful and be mindful of what your opponent is at the time. And here you can see some of the mobility. I'm able to push this flank, get up behind them, get a shot in. VK28 gets a ram kill. It's always good. And then one of our heavies just evaporates there. And here comes the gun. I mean, that's pretty good shooting from a distance, and some moving and jostling about on my part. So you can't really complain about it to this point. Now, basically, I've pushed it to the far end of the map. Although I've got some tanks that are unspotted. I kind of lost track of them in the game. So I'm kind of playing a little safe here now. There pops a KV-2, which there was one lurking around somewhere. So basically, I've got a teammate who's down there underneath them, kind of in a tough spot. So my thoughts here is I'm trying to support him as well as I can, is keeping the KV-2 occupied while he's able to do something, and then, well, he doesn't. He ends up taking the kill shot there, and he's gone. Get another shot in the KV-2, and yeah, I'm just bouncing off of him, not doing anything. So I'm going to kind of go back to my remaining teammates. We're down 5-3 at this point. So always, when things are looking like this, try to get back to my teammates, get back to where our guns are together, and we kind of multiply our firepower, so to speak. So on the way over, gonna get a shot in on the KV-1 over there. There again, it's pretty decent gun handling. It's been pretty dependable. It has hit just about everything. Now, it hasn't pinned everything, but you can't expect that all the time, especially when you're aiming at the gunman. And there we lose another tank. We're still down 4-2. Now, my thoughts here is, we got some low health tanks up there, and they're pushing the KV-2. I'm wanting to kind of keep him in the game. Obviously, you need some teammates, and that's a good big gun to have and keep in there. So I'm full health, so I take the chance and roll through here. And there's the KV-2, and I take a big shot to the side. At least I didn't get totally deleted. And roll up here and see what I can do about eliminating this VK and saving my KV-2. And of course, I bounce a shot. He bails on me. And let's back up out of that. We don't need any of that. And let's kind of rotate around and see what we can do about the guys that are off to the left of us here. Now I know they're out there. They've dropped off of the screen, and there's one pops up. He gets a couple shots into me, and I get the kill shot. So I'm going to rotate over here to B and see what kind of shots I can get. And then we're kind of down on points and cap, and there goes my teammate. So I'm alone at this point. Roll in and get a shot in on the KV-2. That might have been a little bit too risky, but I always like, getting a shot off that stops people. It slows them down a little bit, if nothing else. So I survived, so it was a good trade-off. I get cap B, and it's 3 versus 1 now. We got caps, but we're still down on points. So rolling on back here to the A cap. And now there's the VK rolling back up again. I switch over to APCR and get a shot in and get the kill shot before he gets me. I believe I'm a one shot at this point for everybody. And I'm going to take the cap here, taking cover behind the rock, rotating around, hoping these guys, I don't think they got enough speed to get up here. But anyway, so we got the A cap and roll on through and get the cheap Kolobanov, as I call it. I pointed them out, but it still counts as a Kolobanov, cheap as it may be. So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I'll take it, and that gets a thumbs up in anybody's game. So there we are. As you can see, it wasn't an awesome game, but you can see some of the attributes, aspects of the tank that I think makes a pretty good overall tank. Now, coming up here, we're going to see a screenshot of my overall all-time stats with the Type 58 and the T-3485. Very similar. Now, the T-3485, some of those stats were from early on in my Blitz career, so those could have been better. So I think really, the stats of the tank are pretty close. My performance stats are pretty close. I would say that it's a good tank. Is it a keeper? Well, that's up to you to decide. I ended up selling this, to be honest, because I already had a T-34-85 in the garage with some camo and all that stuff. But if I had to pick one or the other, it would be a hard choice for me, I believe, as to which one to keep. Guys, I'm a member of the Smile and Die Empire and part of the SAD-21 clan, which is our tournament clan. We also have several casual clans, so if you're interested in the Smile and Die Empire, give us contact in game.